So I am super stressed today. It's been a crazy week. We had 1 week of just multiple demos, and I want to blame myself because that's the easiest person to blame. But I also really want to blame the demo contractor. They really did not give me a solid schedule. They just sort of said, this is the dates we're going to be allowed to demo, and this is kind of when to expect us there. We didn't miss the first one. We were there for the first one, but I missed filming it. ILIF shows up a day later, and I tell Jose, who's part of the Go Landscapers crew, I say, hey, there's a whole bunch of stuff on ILIF that I want to take before we demo the home. And he goes, no problem, I'm gonna go. So he shows up there around 11 and he calls me and says, Jason, there's no house left to take anything from. And I'm like, what? Completely missed the demo. Didn't even know they were doing it that day. I cannot believe I missed it. Wow.
Where were you?
Classic me, right? Not really, but oh my God. You know what happened? I don't know what happened. Totally just missed it. I missed it. What do you want me to tell you? What's really frustrating is that all they did was say, okay, we're gonna put something to stop the water from going in the sidewalk, but no one communicates that there's a leak. So we've had water spewing out of that faucet for the last 30 hours and no one said a single thing. Oh no! But you can also see here, like we have this old gas line, it's right there. Clearly that's been abandoned in the street. Ah, right there. So you can see right here, there's been a patch in the street. That's an abandonment of the gas line. So that's how you know. Good morning, everyone. We're here at our ILIF project here in Pacific Palisades. And today we are going to be showing you the footings, the forms, and the rebar that's going into the pool already. So part of the structure of building a foundation and building a pool is the structural steel inside of these elements. Now, what's basically happening is you're getting an element that pulls and an element that pushes. So you're getting something that's connecting to each other, and one's pulling and one's pushing. So you're constantly connected. And that's really the reason why we put rebar in our concrete, to actually keep everything together and keep it secure. So we have a certain pattern that we lay out for our footings, for our foundation, and there's the same pattern for the pools. So I'll show you what that pool looks like as the pool is almost done, and as we're getting started with just the forms on the foundation. So we're not yet at the rebar stage here. Rebar is essentially steel. There's multiple different sizes. You have number 2s, number 3s, number 4s, number 5s, number 6s, I think even. It's all based on measurements. So you have 3/4, 1 inch, 5/8, all these, random measurements. So it all goes based per that, and the plan basically dictates which size you're using for these projects. So let's go on and check it out. One of the things that's funny about contractors right now, especially subcontractors, is they're using the excuse of the economy, the coronavirus, all of these things to increase prices. So when you hear a contractor say like, oh man, prices have surged and everything, blah, blah, it's really stemming from the bottom. So everyone is using these things. I mean, this pool would maybe cost me a few $1,000s to put the rebar in. Same exact pool that I'm getting today, I'm paying almost double. So the reason would be why, right? And he's telling me it's the rebar materials, but truthfully, that's only a few $100s difference when you're talking about the materials. So it's very interesting to see how people phrase things to get them where they need to go. But clearly, if I'm incurring the cost, the client at the end of the project is going to incur the cost as well. So, keeping that in mind, that's what today looks like. Obviously, the other side of the coin is there is an inflation. The inflation is inevitable, and it's happening. It's happening right in front of our faces. So there's almost no way to avoid it. So a detail that we're going to be putting in this pool is against this wall. We're going to put a little fountain on that wall to cover the pool equipment. So I'm going to have them actually put the rebar into coming out of the pool. So we have actually a secure rebar that we can connect to, as opposed to doweling into the pool, which I never like to drill into something if I don't have to. I'd rather put it in beforehand so we're not dealing with any penetration issues. Well, can you go ask the construction next door if it's their car? Whose car is there? Okay, so don't go ask. It's fine. Stay right there. He took the key. Let me grab it from him. Why do I always end up driving the electrician's cars? All right, I will tell you, that was not so hard, except for the fact that all of your mirrors are broken. Okay, so I cannot see. I'm like trying to figure out this little screen how to do it. I'm like, if I hit somebody, this is like gonna be great TV. That's all I know.
Oh my God.
This looks like a little tiny thing. We are getting a generator on site because DWP has extended their timelines for getting the power hooked up here. So we're about 10 days out from getting power. So we need a generator on site to make sure that the guys can keep on moving. Right, thank you for bringing a generator. Is that an electric generator?
Yes.
So how is it powered?
With gas.
Oh, it's powered with gas. I wasn't sure if it had a battery power on it.
El camión necesita cargar.
It has a battery backup? That's what...
No, pero ahí no cabe el camión.
¿Qué pasó? What's the problem? On these narrow streets, it sometimes can get very difficult to organize all the cars. So it's kind of like sometimes you got to park down the block, and I don't know. Problems that aren't mine, somebody else's. They've got to deal with it. I just get to sit here and watch them all yell at each other. And then we got neighbors who just park all around and don't even think about moving their cars later, or the fact that construction's happening and someone might just hit their car because they're in the way. And I don't know. There's always an accident that happens. Someone's car always gets hit because of this. You waving your hand faster doesn't make them drive faster. If I'm auditioning for American Idol, I'm not singing Jimmy Eat World. That's not what every person wants to see. Look at this. This is like somebody didn't care and just dropped this stuff here. It's not nice. But this is good. We have great amount of lumber here. So we'll be able to set the floor joists and potentially even start framing the second floor with all this material. So this is great. I'm just not thrilled with how they laid it in here and how no one's even here today to start working on it. I don't know what the proper wording is, but I call these like kickstands. They're basically just holding up the walls temporarily until we get all the shoring set up and shear set up so everything can stand on its own essentially. One of the things I'm really excited about and actually proud of Alex, one of our project managers, is that we made sure that all of our plumbing outlets actually came to the right location. I had them triple check, triple measure to make sure they actually landed in the right spot. A lot of the times we'll have this riser come up right here, right where we have a 4x6, and it just doesn't work. We can't do that. So then we're forced to cut the concrete, move the plumbing over, and shoot it up right here. And getting it to a point where we don't have a problem anymore is just such a wonderful feeling, to be honest with you. So I'm very happy about that. All this looks pretty great. We've surveyed, we've formed, we've poured, we've framed the first floor, and everything is looking great. I mean, I've done this house so many times, I can see the home already, I can feel it, I know what I'm looking at. You can see right here, this is actually pretty interesting. We missed our hole down by a tad. So we're gonna see what the engineer says about that, and we'll have to play ball with the engineer.
47-year-old man.
We might be allowed to bore through there. We might need to move the hole down over. We might need to move the wall over. I'm not sure what he's gonna make us do with that, but that's interesting to see. But overall, I mean, I've seen this house 100 times. So just what I'm really doing right now is making sure the feeling feels right, that I'm walking in and I'm feeling it correctly and that everything's where it's supposed to be. This door that you see right here, this is actually going into the staircase, underneath the staircase. This is a storage area, the low voltage location. Anything that we need to put in here comes in here. So this is where everything will go. We have our mudroom, we have our office on this side. We'll have a bedroom over there. Ooh, let me check. We did not do it. Now I'm upset with the project manager. So this is a shower, and we normally put a steam unit in the shower, but the steam unit requires a drain. And we have a drain in the center of the shower, but we don't have a drain where the steam unit can drain into, which means that somebody didn't do their job. And truthfully, I blame it on myself because I should have been here to see the footings being poured and go, hey, where's my drain for the steam unit? I didn't do that, so it's really my fault, but I'm not pointing fingers here, okay? Two things will happen to fix that problem. We'll either have to break open the concrete and add another drain there, or I just won't put in a steam unit. We'll see what happens. We're gonna put a gas fireplace in the family room, and I'm gonna go electric. I don't care what anyone says. I'm gonna go electric in the family room and electric up in the master. So we'll see how that goes. I'm testing it out. I'm eliminating gas fireplaces house by house, and we're gonna see how it goes. The reason why I'm trying to switch to electric fireplaces over gas fireplaces is for many reasons. The main reason, truthfully, is I get so many corrections on my fireplaces and so many issues with buyers with their fireplaces that electric would completely resolve all of the issues. It's too hot, it's too cold, it doesn't flame so high, the flame is nothing, it doesn't look nice inside. You know, on inspections, there could be venting issues, cleaning issues. The units are combustible. Like, your house can blow up because you have one in it. People don't really think about that because they're a pretty safe unit, but they are a combustible unit. Like, gas is filling up in there and there's an igniter. It can explode. I've had people take the glass off of the encasements, add more gravel or rock in there, and then close it back up, and literally almost had an explosion happen because the gas was building up so much that when the igniter actually lit the gas, it had a mini explosion. Thank God nothing bad happened, but yeah, it's pretty scary. It can be a scary item. So eliminating all of those things from my concern is always a good thing for me. And the electric fireplaces now look incredible. Like, I've just seen so many incredibly good looking fireplaces that are electric that I have no reason to really try to stick with a gas fireplace. And that's my reason. So I'm really excited to show you what this one's gonna look like. This is gonna be probably our pilot or our example of what the TV show would look like if there was actually a real TV show called Buy, Build, Sell. So looking forward to that. If you are curious about the buy on this, go ahead and look at some previous videos we've done on this property about the walkthrough we did here, and you can actually see the information there.